What's going on, guys? Yes, I've made a few changes to the old Q50 since the last time we did a walk around video. Been getting asked a ton lately if I could do a walkthrough video of everything that's been done to this car. I suppose now is as good a time as any, so let's go for it. I will say though, guys, please don't forget, I have well over 100 videos now on this channel that literally detail every single thing that I've done to this car through my entire ownership. So if you have a question, the chances that you will find the answer to that question in my previously recorded videos is pretty high. So go ahead and take a look at what I've done in the past, and all my previous videos I upload probably twice a week on average. So like I said, you'll find what you're looking for in those vids. If nothing else, just search Speed Culture Studios, blah, 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 whatever you want to know. Speed Culture Studios tires, Speed Culture Studios exhaust, Speed Culture Studios, blah, blah, blah. Like I said, you'll find it. Trust me. But here we go. Let's get into this today. Downtown Greenville, South Carolina, and Punxsutawney Phil is in the house. What the heck is going on? Does this mean we're having an early winter or something? All right, so I suppose the easiest thing to do is just start from front to back, and then we'll go with under the hood and the inside stuff. So right off the bat, you can see the gloss black grille. We also have the gloss black LED front emblem from Halisco's carbon fiber. Thing looks sick. Check out the installation video, one of the most popular videos up so far, which is cool. Then we have the Amazon special 3-piece front splitter. I think it was like 85 bucks. This is actually for the 2018 base model, and it fits the 2014, 2015, 2016s perfectly. It actually fits a little bit better than the one that's made specifically for this year. It fits a little bit more flush up to the wheel well opening, which I like. Then moving up, we have the gloss black eyelids. Some people like them, some people don't. I do. I don't like the white color of the top side of the headlights. This just gives it a little bit more of an aggressive look. And then I went ahead and did the dark smoke gloss vinyl to delete the amber color on the corner lights. I think that looks a little bit better like that myself. Some people have asked if I was going to paint the inside of the headlight housing. I don't think I'm going to. I think I'm going to leave it like that. And we can see the wheels. These are 19 by 9.5 plus 35 offset front and back. These are the DR53s. I think they're discontinued, but you know, I like the look of them. It sort of has more of a muscle car kind of beefy vibe to them, and I like them on this car. Tires, right now, the tires that are on the car, but you've probably seen a recent video I just posted. We got new tires, the Firestone Firehawk Indy 500s, same spec as these ones in particular are the Lexani LX20s, 255 40 19 up front, 275 35 19 in the rear. They actually perform quite well for what they are. They're about 100 bucks a piece, so can't complain whatsoever. Then moving right into the gloss black M-style mirror caps, again from Halisco's carbon fiber on Instagram, check them out. Then we got the clear sequential mirror turn signals. Those are the Amazon. There are a couple different sources. Amazon, I want to say they're like $149. I'll put a link in the description below. I really like them. Those are awesome. Moving to another angle of the vehicle, you can see the stance of this thing is quite aggressive. It is lowered on Tane S-Tech springs, about 1.5 inches, 1.4 inches a drop. It's perfect, no rubbing whatsoever. Really closes up the wheel gap, and again, looks aggressive. Not only is the stance great, the center of gravity is greatly improved, which really lends to some nice handling on the twisty roads. Highly recommend those springs as well. And a little closer look, you can see the drilled and slotted rotors from R1 Concepts. We have the Power Stop Z23 brake pads, I want to say, so a slight upgrade. And then inside there, which you're not going to be able to see, is a stainless steel braided brake lines. This has really done a great job as far as stopping power for me with this big heavy car, but we're going to do some further brake upgrades. We also have the front and rear Hotchkiss sway bars installed on this car. Another one of my very favorite additions and upgrades to this vehicle is those Hotchkiss sway bars. It really makes a major difference in how well this car handles. Again, considering that it's a big, heavy 3,600 pound sedan, those sway bars made a massive difference. A little bit better spec than the Stillen sway bars as well. So Hotchkiss is my recommendation. Another thing you can't see obviously is the test pipes. We have resonated top speed test pipes. I think they are maybe on back order or not available anymore. I recommend Burke or ISR test pipes. I like going with the resonated route. It just helps reduce some of that drone that you hear sort of at that lower RPM range. And then of course we have the Speed Culture Studios custom catback system with the Borla mid muffler and the Flow FX resonators out back. And then some U-Power 4-inch dual wall stainless tips. Highly recommend that setup too. Probably close to 60 people have done it so far. We have guys in G37s doing it. We have guys with the 3.0 Ts installing that setup now. So it is definitely a great system and very, very versatile. So I recommend that too. Check out the links in the description to some of my favorite parts on Amazon, and you'll see some of the components there as well. And also just go ahead and check out that exhaust video. That's going to help guide you through exactly what you need. And of course you can tell that we did the chrome delete, as you youngsters like to call it. That is just with some vivid vinyl gloss black air release vinyl wrap. Pretty easy, relatively easy installation to do on your own. It does take patience, a sharp knife, and some trial and error. This was my very first attempt at doing the chrome delete, actually wrapping anything significant in vinyl. You know, it takes a couple hours, and it wasn't the best, but it's held up for well over a year now. I am going to redo it, but it still looks pretty decent. Then we can see the high kick duckbill rear spoiler. Really like that. That is actually an eBay special, but fitment was perfect. It is carbon fiber, which I'm not a huge fan of, but you can check out the installation video. I wrapped the ends in the gloss black just so from the profile view you can't tell it's carbon fiber, so that's my preference. I blacked out, I tinted the tail lights. This is actually VHT Nightshades spray. It's 4 coats of the nightshades, wet sanded with 1500 grit sandpaper, and then 6 coats of clear, wet sanded with 2000 grit sandpaper, and then polished, like a 2-stage polish, and then waxed. So it made them super shiny. They're not super dark, and they light up super bright, just like your typical taillights in the evening hours. We blacked out the chrome trim on the back end as well. Again, just the vivid vinyl gloss black wrap. A little bit sketchy to do over the Infinity lettering, but it turned out halfway decent. Then we have the eBay special rear diffuser. I don't recommend it. It took a lot of work to get it to fit smooth and properly. Plus I had to prep and paint it, and you know, it's been over a year and it held up okay, but it's not that great, so I'm not gonna link it. I don't recommend it, and I'm looking for a replacement. Another thing, check out the installation video. We got the smoked rear sequentials to replace the reflectors in the rear bumper. That was a pretty easy installation too. Check out that video, but it kind of gives a cool look to the rear end of the car, especially at night. Oh, I forgot on the front end, we have the always on module installed from Dynamic Diodes, or Diode Dynamics. If I can remember, I'll put a link in the description below to that as well, but that's kind of cool. A little feature, keeps your fog lights on all the time, whether your headlights are on or not. Just got, so you guys can see how those lights work. Let's see. You can see the sequence. There you go. See if they work in the rear too. Yeah, it's too light, but there you go. So it sort of goes without saying, we are tuned with Accutech software too, tuned by Soho Motorsports in Charlotte, North Carolina. So that makes a huge difference in how the car performs overall. Now working our way into the interior, we have another Halisco's carbon fiber part, which is a custom gloss black steering wheel. They come in carbon fiber, forged and traditional. You have options for the leather wrap too, smooth, Alcantara, this perforated type of leather, different colors. This is a cool combination. He happened to have this one in stock at the time we were working out a deal, so that's the one I took. Oh, you can see my little Nismo things. The Infinity ones look like crap, so no, I know this is not a Nismo, but you know, keeping stuff from falling down in between your seat and your center console is a nice little addition. The Nismo one, again, looks cooler than the Infinity one, so that's why I went that way. This is the Sparco R100 racing seat. It is on a planted bracket and Sparco sliders, so it's slightly adjustable. It is a reclinable seat, so it's not a full racing seat, but it definitely holds you in better than the factory non-sport seats, and even better than the sport seats as well. Recently on Tail of the Dragon, this thing performed really, really well, and as I said in that video, I could not imagine running those twisty roads in any seat other than this. This did a great job keeping me planted firmly and in control of the car, which is, you know, huge in a driving situation like that. And of course, this car being non-sport, we had to install paddle shifters. Take a look at your local salvage yards or eBay or the Facebook groups. They pop up for sale. If you can get to a salvage yard, you know, some Nissan Maxima or G37 paddles, you might be able to find for like $100 or something. And then you can just go online to an Infinity parts supplier and find the proper steering column shroud for like $100. I think altogether I spent $225 on the paddles and the shroud. Installed myself in like 30 minutes. Got a video on that, of course, too, if you want to follow along. Well, I've said it once, I'll say it a million times again. One of my very favorite upgrades is this little tray. Amazon tray, best $13 I've ever spent. Keeps your draggy in line, keeps your sunglasses, pen. I don't keep coins in it, but comes with this nice little rubberized pad. Doesn't let things bounce around or slide around. Perfect little slot for your cell phone or sunglasses. Again, and you know, allows you to keep things organized rather than just tossing everything into that deep dark black hole below. So I love it. Again, 13 bucks, link in the description. Okay, moving on to the underside of the hood. Pretty noticeable, the Megan Racing strut tower brace. It's probably one of the only things I would purchase from Megan Racing, to be quite honest with you. Not something you're gonna feel on a regular driving situation, but knowing that you're helping to stiffen the chassis even a little bit if you're running the twisty roads, that goes a long way. It's important. Then we have the Z1 silicone intake tubes. We're not even going to get into the cold air intake discussion in this video. These fit really well. Take a little bit of trimming to get them perfect. I also have the Z1 hoses here, the PCV hoses. I sort of recommend them and sort of don't. You have to do a little bit of modification. They bend, have to bend pretty tight to fit properly, so you kind of risk crimping. I might even need to adjust this one a little bit because I'm feeling like it's a little bit closed off, but nonetheless, they kind of help clean up the engine bay a little bit. We have, of course, the Tomei oil cover or oil cap. I like that. It's pretty cool. The high pressure radiator cap, I might swap that out. There's mixed reviews on whether or not that's a good addition or not. Then we have the Z1 Motorsports fuel port. Easy little install, super quick. You can check that video out as well. Allows you to put in your fuel pressure gauge, but also allows for easy installation of a nitrous setup if you want to go that route, which we're still contemplating, I'll be honest. You can't see them, but we have AFE dry drop-in filters installed, and that's my recommendation. Stay away from K&N or other oiled filter options. They've been known to suck a little bit of oil up and coat your MAF sensors, which causes the car to run a little bit funky. So dry drop-in filters if you can handle it. Another thing you can't see is the Motul DOT 5.1 brake fluid. We've run some of that through this system. When we changed out the stainless steel braided brake lines, we wanted to upgrade the brake fluid as well to more of a high heat, aggressive driving application, which this is what we're setting this car up for. So it made sense to, upgrade the brake fluid as well. Other than that, is that it? We've upgraded the hood struts, so it holds the hood up. We've also upgraded those in the back for the trunk lid too. Everybody knows that the Infinity trunks like to slam on your head. But I think that's it, man. Totally forgot about these little guys here. These are the Z1 Motorsports, I don't even know what they call them, intake manifold crossover tubes, silicone. They're cool. They're not as substantial or heavy duty as I thought they were going to be, so I actually put the factory kind of insulator rubber piece back over top of them. I think it just looks better under the hood, but I like the silicone stuff from Z1. Z1, obviously, good company. And speaking of Z1, another thing I forgot is that we recently installed the Z1 Motorsports subframe bushing collars to the rear end here, which definitely makes a big difference on how the vehicle handles overall. Really transfers that power directly to the ground, which is key, especially in a car that doesn't make a whole lot of power or a whole lot of torque out of the box. The subframe bushing collars, in combination with the lowering springs and the Hotchkiss sway bars, huge. Made this car a lot of fun to drive. Really livened it up on the street. GD, that's a lot of Z1 stuff on this car. I'm wondering if they give sponsorships. Overall, the car is looking and sounding really good. I mean, we got a lot of things coming up though, I will say that. If you've been following along, you'll know that I'm planning on purchasing another vehicle for the channel, and this one might actually get put up in the garage and focused on in terms of modifications. I want to continue setting this thing up for autocross. Hopefully this damn virus situation goes away in the next couple of months, and by next spring all autocross events will be running as scheduled, and we can see what this car can do on a small track. I would also like to get it on a road course, potentially Road Atlanta. We'll see what happens or what kind of events I can get into. But again, we want to keep doing some things. I have some things in mind for it in terms of further upgrades and better handling and situations like that. So stick around. But geez, if you guys think I missed anything, or if you happen to have any questions, let me know. I think we about covered it. Yeah, stay tuned. See what kind of vehicle I pick up coming up. Again, well over 100 videos on the channel, so if you do have any questions, check that out first. But of course, if you leave them in the comment section, I'm happy to get to them. It might just take a little bit of time, but I'll do my best to get to them right away. Thank you guys for watching.